Hey everyone, Shaedow here, and welcome to another Marvel Contest of Champions video. So this video is the Boss Challenge Community Choice that just dropped today. You guys can see my team. I actually put a little bit of thought into my team. I did not know how difficult these fights were going to be, so I boosted up just in case, not really using them for anything, so perfect time. I was pretty sure that my Archangel and my Stark Spider-Man were going to carry me through the majority of these fights. I brought in Blade for Mephisto, I brought in Voodoo for Venom, and I brought in Rocket Raccoon for a little bit of flavor. There was one particular fight I wanted to use him on, but then at the last minute I changed my mind and didn't use him on that fight, but I did use him against Iceman. Alright, so this first fight up is against Archangel. It's against Spider-Man Stark Enhanced. Now, he had class disadvantage, but Archangel doesn't care about all that. As you'll see, if you can bleed and be poisoned, Archangel is a beast. Alright, so he's going to just basically go through this fight doing those heavies, parrying heavies, letting him hit him a little bit while he's blocking so that he can get poisoned, get those neurotoxins on him, and once you got some neurotoxins on you, like right there, the fight is pretty much over unless you make a really big mistake. Alright, so Archangel, rank 4, 5-star, don't regret it. And down goes Spider-Man Stark Enhanced. Alright, so I don't know if you guys know about this boss challenge, but what's a little different about this one, the community choice, is that the content creators, some of the content creators, YouTubers, were chosen to choose some of the buffs and the champions that we were going to be facing in here. And when you look at their boosts, you'll see that they are credited in the boost there. Alright? So that's pretty cool. Alright, now see this fight right here, the life transfer, the extra special damage, this is what I was going to use my Rocket Raccoon against. Another Rocket Raccoon, but then at the last minute I said, you know what, let me just go ahead and see what Archangel can do. I already know he's a beast, but let's see how far I can bring him. Now that degen was kind of scaring me a little bit because I was thinking, I'm hitting him, I should be able to regen all of that up, but the specials did it and we're all good. Didn't realize it in time, or else I could have topped off before the fight was over. But again, he can bleed him, he can poison him, so there wasn't going to be too much of a problem. So this next fight is Mephisto. Now look at the nodes there. Alright, Blade you would not think would be the best choice for this because of that tyranny. He's not going to be gaining any power in this fight, but one, he's going to have his danger sense, so he's going to be hitting a lot harder, and two, I have boosts on, so he's going to be hitting even harder than normal, and three, Mephisto is not bleed immune. So as you can see, Blade, and he is only a 4-star Blade, is ripping Mephisto apart, does not really care that he has no power. I wish I had the 5-star Blade. It would just make the fight go much, much faster. But the 4-star does put in some work, so I'm happy about that. Now, sometimes I have trouble fighting Mephisto, and I actually thought about bringing in my Iceman. But I've not had good luck fighting Mephisto with Iceman. I don't know why. If I fought with Iceman the way that I'm fighting with Blade, the fight would go a little bit longer, but I would still be able to do it. But for some reason, I mess up with Iceman. Now I know in the beginning his ice armor gets eaten up that threw me off because I didn't know that and didn't notice it in the first like couple of fights that I fought against Mephisto, and pushed him to his L3 with confidence and got wrecked, and wondered how in the world that happened because I had not gotten hit or anything like that. But I figured that out. But I chose not to, and I chose to bring in Blade, and I'm happy I did. Blade is just a beast, whether he's a 4-star or a 5-star.
Finish him.
And Mephisto has been put to sleep. Alright, so that was the only fight that I brought Blade in really for. Okay, so we only have 6 champions that we're fighting. You have 5 champions on your team, so you know you're going to have to double up against one of them. But Archangel has been putting in that work. Okay, so now with Ant-Man, if you look at the node, you'll see that he's immune to debuffed effects. So Archangel would not be great against him. And I know they chose that for just that reason, because Archangel normally would tear him up. But there's another boost that gives me extra special damage. So I brought in my Starkey. And so now this fight should be a very easy fight. I make a mistake, I think. I know my phone was getting a little bit warm, but my strategy here is pretty simple. I'm just trying to build up poise charges, then I go on the attack and try to get to his special 2 to wreck Ant-Man with that special 2. That's it. So I'm just basically going, trying to bait out his, specials. It doesn't really matter whether it's a special 1 or a special 2. Now see right there, I don't know whether that was just my mistake or whether the AI recovered super fast. It could have been my phone lagging, it could have been anything like that. But I've had that happen before. Not regularly, but I've had it happen before, and I'm never really sure. I remember when that was actually a problem, where the AI was recovering much faster than it should have, but I don't know. You guys be the judge. So now I'm almost pushed him to his L3, so I had to bait out that special 2, and there we go. I was able to get off that special 2 of Starkey, and as you can see, it tore him up. Now if I had gotten the first special 2 off, the fight would have pretty much been over right now. But for whatever reason, it got blocked. No need to cry over spilt milk. Just go in, do it over again. So just build up poise charges, looking for my opening, baiting. And as you see, I started evading a little bit differently. See how I'm waiting there until he does that? Normally I back up twice.
Brutality.
And there he goes. But like I was saying, normally I back up twice, but that gets me into the corner a little bit too quickly. So I didn't want to do that, and so I started, just evading at the very last minute so that I'm not giving up a lot of real estate. Alright, so next up we have Venom. And now I'm not gonna lie, but I hate fighting Venom. He is super aggressive at the best of times, and it's very easy to get wrecked, especially if you push him to his special 2 and you don't dodge that quite right. You're done. So my idea here, of course, with Voodoo is to try to be kind of aggressive myself and get him when he has those buffs up and fire off that L1. But what I like to do first off is hit him with the L2 so I can get that power under control. Okay, so I baited out his L1. That looked like it was going pretty well, and I'm getting to my L2, perfect on an even combo. Now I got power burn, so I should be able to do okay, and I go in. But again, he is very aggressive, so sometimes he doesn't do what I want him to do, and I get a little nervous. But so far he's playing nice. I let off that L1, and my Mystic Dispersion took me straight to my L3. Alright, so now it's time for a game of keep away. I'm not running scared. I'm trying to let my poisons do as much damage as possible without me having to take a whole lot of block damage against him. Remember, this is just a 4-star voodoo here, but that's the only one that I have awakened. So as soon as I saw that my poisons were starting to expire and I was in that corner and was about to get wrecked, it looked like, I fired off my L3 to get some distance, and then I went back in on the attack. Now you can see he has those buffs up again. So what I want to do right now is get to that L1, get that even combo right here, boom, fire off my L1, and we've got the same situation again, but he's almost dead. So I'm not going to play keep away this time. Now I'm going a little bit more aggressive because I want to finish him off before he takes me out with just the block damage. I mean, look at this. I wish my 5-star was awakened, but look at how much damage he did, and he never even actually hit me.
Outstanding.
And down goes Venom. So this is the only reason that I brought Voodoo in. Others that can work against him, there's plenty others that'll work against Venom here, but Voodoo was definitely my favorite once I see that they have a lot of buffs and they can be poisoned. Alright, so we've come to the last fight, and this is the fight that I was the most worried about, and it was actually behind the decision to boost up because I knew I was going to need extra health to deal with that cold snap. Alright, so my basic strategy here is simple. I actually plan to use Spider-Man Stark Enhanced to take him out, but I was going to go through my entire roster first just to whittle him down some. Any amount of damage that I could do with any of my champions is damage that I'm not going to have to worry about with Starky. Alright, so first up is Rocket because I haven't used him. He's at full health and he is a 6-star. So I knew he was going to be able to do, you know, a little bit of damage before he went down. Alright, so he's chipping away, but ooh, I made a mistake and mistimed that. So now I know I'm racing against the clock. So I just want to get that L2 off, which of course didn't do a whole lot of damage because of the node, and down goes Rocket Raccoon. He could have done a little bit more damage had I not messed up right there, but it is what it is. It happens, and until now I have not lost any champions, so I figure I'm in pretty good shape to deal with Iceman. Alright, so next up is Blade. He doesn't have class advantage. He's not going to have the danger sense or anything like that, but again, any amount of damage that I can do with Blade is useful. So I already know that I'm racing against the clock. I mean, look at that damage. And I didn't decide to regen him up or anything like that because really this wasn't a serious attempt. I just wanted to do as much damage and get to my good guys as fast as possible. So I was just being super aggressive, and I made the same mistake that I made with Rocket there. That happens sometimes when I'm trying to be super aggressive and I'm not really paying attention all that well. So at this point, I'm still thinking that this is going to be the toughest fight. I'll probably have to do a team revive or maybe just a single revive on Starky or something like that. But I want to hold him in reserve as, you know, the finisher. So I go in with Archangel, you know, obviously not the best choice. You know, this guy can't be bled, he can't be poisoned. So Archangel is really a bad choice for this. Or is he? So I'm using this fight to practice against Iceman before I bring in Starky. Alright, so I just want to, you know, get a warm-up. But then I noticed something. Archangel is doing some work. Look at them crits that he's doing. Look at that health melting away. And Archangel still has a little bit of health there. And there's no cold snap. So I said, alright, well, let's see what you can do, Archangel. And so I just kept going. And I'm like amazed at the kind of damage that I'm doing. Yes, I am boosted up, so that helps a ton. And of course the health boost is why I still had the health left that I did. And you'll notice I didn't even go in with full health. I was not healed up when I started this fight with Archangel. So Iceman is actually not that bad to fight. Yes, I do mess up on that special one every once in a while, as you saw, and I get wrecked, but he's actually not that hard to fight. And as you can see, I have no trouble evading his special 2. And at this point I'm going, okay, Archangel can do this. Archangel might actually be able to do this. And I'm just looking at that health and I'm like, wow, go Archangel, go!
Godlike.
And that's what I'm talking about. I have no regrets about ranking this guy up, even though he's unawakened. Archangel is a beast. Sorry, Starkey, you didn't get your chance to shine. But for the record, Starkey I used against that Ice Phoenix, and he ripped that apart, so I'm positive he would have ripped this Iceman apart. Alright, so you can see the rewards, the unit, that crystal, which we are going to open in a minute here. Some shards and some signature stones, all good. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and open up that crystal, and you are guaranteed a 4-star out of that crystal. And if you guys hadn't seen the list, you can get, as you see in the reel, several champions. The only champion out of this entire reel that I would want is Mephisto. Anybody else, it doesn't really matter. Alright, so here we go, and it's a Spider-Man Stark Enhanced. Now, if you do not have him, this would have been an awesome pull. But as you can see, I already have him, and he's Sig 99. Alright, but at least I got a max signature ability crystal and some shards. Alright, so that's going to do it, guys. If you liked the video, please consider smashing that like button. It really helps me out. If you have not subscribed already, please consider giving me a subscription. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought about this video. And you guys have a blessed day.